The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
In a Jewish community somewhere in this beautiful world that we live in, there was a mishpacha that sadly, their young child, 9-10-year-old, was stricken with a very serious illness. And they went from doctor to doctor and from hospital to hospital, and everyone was having a difficult time providing the treatment that would cure this child, and things were not a good matzav. But they tried keeping normality in the child's life. So the child went to school as much as he could when he was feeling up to it, and they tried to involve him in community activities. One day in school, the Rebbe in the class, they were learning a particular story in the Chumash, and the Rebbe said, when we get up to this, it's such a nice thing to draw. I would like you to draw, everyone to go home and do an art project on what we're learning in Chumash. A picture, some type of, decoupage, whatever you want to do, 3D, whatever you want to do, and we're going to have a contest. And whoever wins this contest is going to get some kind of prize. They'll be the art winner of our class, but everyone will be able to see all the different art projects. It'll be such a nice way of bringing the learning into the tangible, bringing it into life. And everyone was excited, including this boy who was sick, who, by the way, was a really nice artist. He was a very talented boy. And he went home and he spent many, many, many days drawing, painting, a beautiful painting of the scene in the Chumash. And they came into school that day. And the sick boy comes in there very excited. He's looking for happiness, and he worked so hard on this. And a kid comes over to him and says to him, "Let me see your thing." And he looks at it, and it was really nice. Obviously, the kid felt that his own project would suffer because this was better. He takes it from the kid's hand, and he crumbles it up, and he chucks it across the room. The sick boy standing there. What? He just worked days. This was him. The art was him. And now it was destroyed. But he didn't say a word. Not one word. And he sat down in his seat. And later when the Rebbe went around and said, "Who has an art project?" And the Rebbe came to the sick boy said, "I don't have one, thank you, whatever. I wasn't able to do it." And the Rebbe said, "Okay." Later that day, the boy comes home to his father, and his father says, "So did you win? It was such a beautiful thing." He goes, "I didn't end up showing it to my Rebbe." "Why?" He says, "I don't want to talk about it." The father calls the Rebbe. "What happened?" The Rebbe says, "I don't know. He said he didn't have a project." And the Rebbe calls the boy over. He doesn't want to say anything about it. But like Rebbeim can do, he figures it out. He asks one boy what happened, and he finds out the story. Later that day, he calls the boy over, and he says to him, "Why didn't you come over to me? You worked so hard on that paper. I know it's terrible. I would have punished the other boy. We would have tried to smooth yours out to show it to the class." And the boy said, "Listen, Rebbe, you know I need a refuah shalema. You know that I'm sick, and I need schusim." And I really, really wanted to respond, and I wanted to get him into trouble, and I knew it would cause a fight. And I said, "Rabbeinu Shalom, in the schus of there being shalom between me and the student, of not causing a lack of shalom, of causing friction in the class, Baruch Shalom, I'm asking you to please heal me. Bring me refuah, bring me Yeshua." The Rebbe was blown away by the child, a seemingly immature child, a 9-year-old child who has such depth of character and realizes the value of shalom and realizes the bracha that it brings with it. The Rebbe couldn't believe it, and he called the father in tears. Ladies and gentlemen, within a week or two, this child found the treatment that he needed, and Baruch Hashem had the refuah and the Yeshua that he so desperately needed. Because you see, when you take the high road, you take the road that the Rebbeinu Shalom wants you to take, for Rebbeinu Shalom's name is Shalom. You latch yourself onto the Rebbeinu Shalom. Rebbeinu Shalom takes care of you.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org